So we're at Superbooth here in Berlin with Paul Barker from Dinsink. Paul, do you want to run us through some of where you started, what you've got, some of the new stuff?
Okay, well, obviously we've got the Re303, but we're going to talk about the modules first. These ones here are our original classic modules that we started the company with these 5 years ago. And these are all through-hole components, and of course that's quite a lot of work for one person to do on their own. So I don't actually do these anymore, but I still get asked for these modules. So we have DIY kits coming with Thonk in the very near future, where you'll be able to get ModSeek kits, Oz 303 Mark II kits, and the VCF 303 kits, and of course Steve is going to be putting the kits together. I'm just going to be putting panels, but he's going to be. You'll have everything you need. As it is with normal stuff that he does.
So DIY kits coming to Thonk for the 303s.
What the VCF, the Oz, and the ModSeek.
Right. So what else have we got here? Current lineup: Drum Doctor, Sarah filter.
Yeah, the Sarah VCF, which is quite popular. We ran out of stock of this temporarily. We got Drum Doctors. And of course we've got a new module for 2006, and this is the Wildcard. Now this is basically a host module with various functions. We've got 4 different configurations here, but basically the front end is the same, and you just change the rear PCB. And this isn't an actual card, this is a prototype. This is what they will look like. This will plug on the underside. And this could be a filter, this could be a modulator, an envelope, various things, you know. And the main point with the Wildcard is that it's built for people who've already got existing systems that are already full. They want new modules, but they don't want to sacrifice anything. And also, at the same time, you can buy a single Wildcard and maybe 3 cards, and you can tailor your system for a live gig, or you know, if you needed a mixer for tonight, or you needed an oscillator or a filter. And we have various models planned. Now, the ones that I've got here on show today, we have a rotating memory with 3 memory stages. This is a little bit like a single stage of a TKS. And you have, as you turn the knobs up, this is actually, let me reset that. Yeah, the knobs, you have the red channel, the green channel, and the blue channel. And these are voltages, which you can then use as memories for, say, setting filters and stuff. But you can also rotate them. So when you press the button, the blue channel and the red channel and the green channel, they move, they rotate 3 steps. And we also have, when we press the button, we have a manual gate out, which is quite useful if you need to do some resetting. But also this is clockable, so we can take a clock and drive the rotating memory. So it is like a little bit like a mini TKS in a Wildcard format, shall we say, but it's, you know, it's very useful if you have a patch, you can kind of get some texture or some animation in your patches just by pressing the button in time or clocking it with a divider or something along those lines. This one here is, well, we call this the wobbly ladder because it's a typical ladder filter, but we purposely didn't pick any transistors at all. It's almost, when it's hitting self-oscillation, it's kind of wobbly, it gets noisy. This is for the noise guys, really, but it's kind of cream, it's got a lot of fun. But it's not a serious filter, it's just kind of a noise-generating fun machine. This is the modulator. Again, a Wildcard platform. You've got the blue LFO, which has a single, these are free running. They're not resettable or anything because we don't have enough jacks, but it's a single LFO with a wave shape or on the triangle output, or the pulse width on the square. It's just a slope ramp triangle and saw. And on the other side we have just a single control LFO, free running again, but we have 4 ranges. So we have slower than the blue, the same speed, sub-audio range and inter-audio range. And this is great for when we do like the low-pass gates, fake low-pass gate with the Sarah, you can use this to modulate the first channel and you get that nice kind of rich kind of Buchla audio rate tone, that kind of twangy low-pass gate tone. But it's not a low-pass gate obviously, but I'll demo you that patch. And then finally we have the mixer, and this is very basic. This is the most basic one of them all. This is 3 in, 1 out, and we've got 2 together. Red channel, green channel, blue channel. These do not, when the channels are off, you can use these as LED indicators. So if let's say you we wanted to know if you had a signal. You could turn it down, you could just test any signal here. You get a visual representation, have you got a signal on that cable? That's kind of useful. And the same, we've also got a performance mute this on the button, so you hold it, it will just mute the channel. Nothing particularly exciting there, but it's a mixer, people need mixers. And the base Wildcard system will probably come with 2 cards. We're not sure what the bundle will be, but it will probably be the mixer and the modulator. And the base price, we don't know exactly, but it will be less expensive than the Sara, a little bit more expensive than the Mod Seek, but it will be, it's aimed at the lower end of the market, you know, budget conscious systems, but it's useful for all systems. You know, if you're running low on space, you can swap out the card. Excuse me there, mate.
So you've got a bundle with several cards coming. Are the cards going to be a sort of long-term development thing? We'll see a new card?
Yes, and the thing is about the cards is we've got a rapid, what I call the rapid prototyping system, and this is basically if we have an idea, we can knock the idea out in a couple of days and just test it, see if it works, and you know we can then take it to production within 2 or 3 months. So you know if the ideas sound, you know, and people are interested in Wildcard, of course. It's a micro-modular system, so it's just going to get bigger. It's going to get bigger and bigger. And we may in the future make a larger host, but that's not on the immediate plans. First off, we got the cards.
Brilliant. So then, lastly, you bring us down to the Refree.
This is the thing I'm quite passionate about. If you can see here, those that know what a real 303 looks like on the inside will instantly recognise, I don't know if you can see that on the picture, but there's no auto routing here. This is all done. I did this manually by hand last summer as a project with myself and Michael and the other guys. We've been talking about what if we remade the 303. You can buy all the existing parts today to actually remanufacture it. All you need is the circuit board. And well, here it is. And we built it. And we've got a couple of units here. And we're pretty confident how accurate this is. And we're saying that if you had a broken 303, you could replace the boards with this board. So essentially, this is a spare part. The rest of the kit building it is the community project that we're not really involved in that, but you know we fully support it.
Yeah. So I was going to say that's the kit form and the boards. They're in 606 drum machine cases at the minute. So is that just
we've got on the forum because it's community based. We've got a couple of guys making cases. One guy is making a 3D printed version, and then we have another guy who's talking about remanufacturing the original cases with the original tooling. How far that will go, I don't know. But as I say, it's a community thing, and it's very early days yet. But you know, in time, I think as more heads in the game, things speed up, things get done. Like I say, we've finished the hardware now. There's maybe a couple of little adjustments, alignments and things, nothing major. But we're pretty close to release.
Brilliant. So I'll say thank you, Paul, for letting us check stuff out.